Since the peak of the winter surge, deaths continue to mount at an average rate now of about 53 a day. Officials are hoping to see that drop as vaccinations ramp up. The county, like the state, plans to expand vaccine eligibility to anyone 50 and older on April 1st and to all people 16 and older by April 15th. The state does expect to start getting a lot more vaccine in the coming weeks. For now, LA County Public Health Director Barbara Ferrer says supplies remain scarce and getting shots to people in hard-hit communities is a priority. She notes progress is being made in closing vaccination gaps.
Black residents have seen the largest increase in vaccination rates, and this is at 124%. The vaccination rate for Latinx residents also increased by 94%.
When eligibility expands, Ferrer says the county will redouble efforts to increase accessibility and availability of shots in areas with the highest risk and the lowest vaccination rate. Claudia Piscuta, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Efforts to clear a large homeless encampment at Echo Park Lake continue today after another night of protests and clashes with police.
It was a scene that LA City Councilman Mike Bonin called a disgrace in a tweet. Hundreds of cops in riot gear facing off with demonstrators in the streets near the park. The LAPD issued a statement saying that several members of the media who were detained after an unlawful assembly was declared were released at the scene without being arrested after being identified. David Bush Lilly is one of the last remaining holdouts of the homeless community that was built here. For now, he's still at the park.
This is an illegal eviction, and we're not going to be evicted here.
The encampment is being cleared and the park temporarily closed to repair more than $500,000 in damage. Councilman Mitch O'Farrell says they've gotten well over 100 homeless people into shelter since January.
Every belonging that is left at the lake will be stored safely for people to reclaim it should they want to.
He expects the park to reopen for all to enjoy during park hours following the completion of repairs sometime in late spring. In Echo Park, Margaret Carrero, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Reminder, we're going to play Keyword for Cash in less than 15 minutes. Randy Cardoon has this hour's keyword. He'll have it for you at 10:49. You need to listen to it again. Keyword for Cash coming up at 10:49. The man behind the horrific mass shooting at that Colorado supermarket this week facing more charges. We'll tell you more about that right after traffic in 2 minutes. 10:35 now on KNX Traffic and Weather together every 10 minutes on the flags. It's Tom Tran.
Very spot the problem over the westbound side of the 210 here in Sierra Madre. This crash earlier was blocking several lanes. It looks like they might be out of the way, but the slowing starts solidly back at Myrtle Avenue. I recommend exiting off that 210 using Huntington Drive or Foothill Boulevard going westbound to get around the slowing. If you have to get back on the 210, you can do it at Madre. That'll put you just on the other side of the road. Eastbound side of the 210. A little bit of slowing over near Citrus Avenue. Busy over towards Glendora Avenue. Clears up after that. The road's pretty good heading out towards the IE. Over on the 101, roadwork causing delays both sides of the Ventura Freeway through Encino. The eastbound side flows back into DeSoto. The busy to get past Elbow on the westbound side. Flow out of Sherman Oaks. Just about to Fulton Boulevard over towards White Oak. Southbound side of the 405 also busy from Burbank Boulevard right down towards Getty Center Drive. Your next reports 10:45. More reports more often. Tom Tran, the CarsonToyota.com 24-hour traffic. KNX 1070 News.
Sunny, slightly warmer today than what we had yesterday, but it is chilly, much chillier than what we're going to be seeing this weekend. We're looking at beach highs in the lower 60s, mid-60s for Los Angeles and Orange County metro areas, lower 70s in the valleys. Clear skies tonight, overnight lows 50s. We turn up the heat tomorrow, major warm-up, upper 60s beaches, upper 70s, inland 80s in the valleys. In fact, valley temperatures will be inching closer to 90 degrees by Sunday. We'll tell you more about that. You'll want to stick around. We've got your exclusive 5-day weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. That's at 10:45. Some temperatures right now. Excuse me. We've got Hawthorne at 57 degrees. Currently it's 54 degrees in Burbank. 59 degrees, mostly sunny skies downtown Los Angeles at 10:37. Boulder police have now just revealed that the suspect of the supermarket shootings had a second weapon on him during the murder spree, but did not use it. Correspondent Monica Rick says authorities are still working on a motive.
Boulder police say they still don't know why the 21-year-old alleged gunman decided to shoot at the grocery store Monday, but they now know his semi-automatic rifle was legally purchased in the state just 6 days before the attack. He also had a pistol on him, but never used it. So far, the shooter faces murder and attempted murder charges, but the Boulder County DA says more charges are expected.
The gun store owner, where the suspect bought the weapon, is cooperating with authorities. San Bernardino County residents are making the last push for convicted rapist sex crimes against multiple children in 3 different states, including right here in Southern California, in both Los Angeles and Orange counties. After serving his time, a judge in Orange County issued a ruling last month allowing him to move into 29 homes despite having no ties to the area. 17-year-old Allison Kipper tells KESQ she's going to live in fear with a convicted sex criminal in her neighborhood.
They're trying to move him right across the street from me, so if he does eventually get moved into there, I would not feel comfortable, like, even leaving my house, even going to check the mail, it's like right by his house, and so I wouldn't feel comfortable doing any of that.
San Bernardino County authorities and residents are fighting to keep the sex offender out of their county, either in Los Angeles or Orange County. They have until April 16th to write letters to a judge to keep him from relocating. We're learning more about a man who was accused of stabbing a 66-year-old woman and her dog to death near San Dimas Park. He's been identified as Ricardo Salvador of Upland and is now being held on suspicion of murder. Bail set at $2 million, but a motive for the attack is still unclear. Authorities say he first grabbed the dog's leash from the woman's hand as they were walking near Lone Hill Park. That was yesterday.
He grabbed the dog and ran across the street with the dog. The woman, in an attempt to get her dog back, she followed the man across the street.
And then the man started stabbing her. That's when another man who had been chased out of the park by the suspect earlier got involved. Grabbed a rock, threw it at the man, hitting him in the head, knocking him out. Tony Page is the rock thrower's father-in-law.
How many more people would have he killed had he not thrown the rock and disrupted the rampage he was on?
He tells CBS 2 that's when deputies arrived and took the suspect into custody. What looks at first like a hate crime against a 69-year-old Asian American man in Irvine, well, turns out to be something else. Police are now saying they've now found and arrested the suspect in this case, the attacker in this case, and it seems like race was in fact not a factor after all. Investigators say the whole thing actually started when the two men's dogs started fighting because the suspect's husky was off his leash. Its owner wound up hitting the older man in the head, causing the minor injuries. Remember, we're with you on social media via Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We invite you to take us with you wherever you go, whether it's first thing in the morning, perhaps during your lunch hour before you go to bed at night. We're at radio.com or on your laptop at KNX1070.com. On your smart speaker, all you have to do is say, Alexa, play KNX1070. Remember, with so much happening these days, KNX1070 News Radio, we're everywhere that you are. Your chance to win $1,000. That's right, it's coming up. It's our keyword for cash. You've got to listen to win. $1,000 on the line here. Minutes from now, Randy has this hour's keyword coming up at 10:49. Freeway check just a couple minutes away. We're going to take another look at that crash affecting the drive on the 210 westbound through Arcadia. Tom standing by in the traffic center. We'll check your drive in less than 4 minutes. It's 10:41.
Have you been thinking about getting a home loan? If you have, you want to hear this. Hey, this is Tom Tran, and you may have heard about how incredibly low rates are right now. So call and tell loan and take advantage of those low rates with an unbelievably low 2.19% fixed rate APR with no points and no lender fees. That is amazing. Tell Loan is family owned. They've been around for over 25 years and they were recently named top mortgage workplace by Mortgage Professional America. They've figured it out. Happy clients start with happy employees. Call the owner, Daryl. He's my guy. Check this out. After all these years, he still shares his email and cell numbers with his borrowers. 2.19% fixed rate APR with no points and no lender fees. This is unbelievable. You'll love this company. Call 1-800-978-7400. That's 1-800-978-7400. Go to hotelloan.com.
Rate subject to change without notice. Minimum loan amount requirements apply. 60% LTV and 745 score. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. NMLS 3290. Loans made or arranged pursuant to a California Finance Lenders Law license number 6036970. Equal housing lender. IntelliLoan. Borrow smart.
As we've been home more, we appreciate our home in new ways. I'm Melinda Lee. One of my favorite experiences is Outlet Home. Outlet Home is the place where you come to be inspired by the season. Right now, beautify the inside and outside of your home, reflecting this freshness and light. Outlet Home might make a gorgeous silk flower arrangement to your specifications, or a tree using a real tree trunk, tall or short, wide or narrow as you like. You select the materials. They offer the skill of their talented designers. As we move closer to normal life, what better celebration than new patio furniture from Summer Classic? Simply built better and the most comfortable. Over 25 styles, more than 200 cushion fabrics, fire tables, amazing umbrellas, but the best part is the experience of Outlet Home on Sepulveda Boulevard in Bay. the most beautiful store in Los Angeles for more than 60 years. There is no place like Al's at Home.
Hi, this is Dennis of Dennis Buys Classic Cars. Do you have a classic car or truck older than 1975 that you need to sell? We will buy it. We are LA's top buyer of classic cars, and we are in our 20th year. Don't deal with the hassle of selling privately. We will make it safe, quick, and easy. Call me now, 833, the number 3, old car, or just Google Dennis Buys Cars. That's 833, the number 3, old car, or Google Dennis Buys Cars. That's 833, the number 3, old car.
Does learning a language feel like this? No habla español? ¿Es hablo? ¿Es hablo? When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
Since my husband is from Guatemala, I'll apply what I've learned in Babbel to our real-life situations. The app is so easy to use, and it's so practical. It helps you learn things that you will actually need.
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at babbel.com. That's babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
In our podcast on Hot Dog and the Sandwich, we're answering life's most important questions.
And sometimes the questions are so simple we need backup.
With Max Miller, we give you today's answer.
Together we decided cheesecake is really high and it is complicated.
Available now on radio.com, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. The key is less is more. This experience will help you narrow down your list of candidates. The only thing for applications you need. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Breaking news. When it happened.
Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station.
News Radio.
Depend on us.
We got hurricanes coming up, desert tornadoes leaving a trail of destruction in the south. This is Frank Motek, a media landmark in Los Angeles, set for a big makeover. Sox rally tonight, convincing the national and local leaders joining forces to stop spiking hate crimes against Asian Americans. These stories and more coming up in the next 15 minutes. Right now it is 10:45. Your traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. This update is sponsored by CalHope and the California Department of Healthcare Services. Here again, Tom Tran.
Got an update for you about that earlier crash on the westbound side of 210 near Sierra Madre. Multi-vehicle accident is cleared. Out of lanes, traffic is recovering. Still very busy from Mountain Avenue right over towards Baldwin Avenue. It starts to progressively and slowly get better after that. But all that traffic's just going to keep going westbound and right past Pasadena, so expect on and off flowing all the way over towards the 134. Over on the 5, southbound Golden State. Crash being reported near the San Bernardino Freeway, and another one over near the Glendale Freeway. All of that adding to the slowdowns that start coming away from Griffith Park, right around Los Feliz Boulevard is where you're going to see the delays start, and it's going to be no good really onto the Santa Ana portion of the 5. Once you do jump into East LA, the 5 is just kind of on and off down towards the 710. Northbound side of the 710, a little busy, had some earlier Caltrans work. You see that slow start after 4th Avenue up towards the 5, and the northbound side of the 110, out of South LA from Imperial Highway. It's pretty slow all the way up towards the 4 level. Doesn't get any better past until you get past the 101. If you're feeling anxious, stressed, or lonely in these difficult COVID times, call CalHope at 1-833-317-HOPE. It's 1-833-317-4673, or visit calhope.org to talk to someone who can help. Hope will persevere. Your next report, 10:55. More reports more often. Tom Tran and McCarthyToyota.com, 24-hour traffic center. KNX 1070. News Radio.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday to you. So get ready for lots of sunshine today. We do have some showers in our mountains and high deserts this morning. That low's moving out of here. High pressure is going to be building in behind it. This afternoon, we'll have low 60s along the coast, upper 60s for downtown and the basin. Valleys, you'll be near 70 degrees today. Same with the Inland Empire, upper 60s in our high deserts, mountains, low 40s for you. We warm up even more into your weekend, 70s, low 80s in the forecast for tomorrow. Continued warming into Sunday, even some upper 80s for the valleys into Sunday. We'll stay above average in the 70s and 80s into next week, too, with plenty of sunshine. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Danielle Kirsch, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Your exigent temps include 55 right now in Chino. We've got 54 degrees in Burbank, 59 degrees, mostly sunny downtown Los Angeles at 10:47. In Alabama, where tornadoes have killed 5 people, they have one day to pick themselves up and batten down the hatches because forecasters are now saying hail is coming tomorrow. In Pelham, Alabama, a tornado touched down yesterday afternoon. 60 homes affected, 22 suffering major damage. They were lucky. Fire Chief Mike Reed says nobody was hurt.
For all the homes that were damaged from the tornadoes yesterday, we have fire crews going through, doing tertiary searches. We also have building inspectors that are going through, doing damage assessments on all of the structures.
Los members who rioted at the U.S. Capitol building back in January, saying they posed zero threat. Mr. Trump complained on Fox News that law enforcement is being unfair to some of those involved.
A lot of the people were waved in, and then they walked in and they walked out. And I'll tell you what, they're doing things they're persecuting a lot of those people.
He did acknowledge that those who stormed the Capitol building should not have done it. 5 people died in the assault. More than 300 people are now charged in connection with the riot. It's 10:49. $1,000, yes, $1,000 on the line right now. It's time to play Keyword for Cash. Yes, it's back. With this hour's keyword, here he is, KNX 1070's Randy Cardoon.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
For $1,000. Time now to text this hour's keyword, penny, to 72881. You have the rest of the hour to play Keyword for Cash on KNX 1070.